The rain hammered the city like it was trying to wash away secrets, but mine clung tighter with every drop. I stood there in the downpour, heart slamming against my ribs, as Jordan's words hung between us like smoke from a dying fire. Alex, I've loved you since that stupid college party, every damn day since. Those words hit me harder than the storm, unraveling years of quiet, ache-eyed buried under smiles and late-night talks that never crossed the line. We've been best friends since freshman year at NYU, navigating the chaos of New York together, me sketching logos in cramped coffee shops while he buried himself in law briefs. Both of us chasing dreams in a city that devoured the weak. But tonight, on the eve of his wedding to Emily, the woman who'd been his safe choice for 3 years, he shattered the facade. His blue eyes, usually so steady in courtrooms, flickered with terror and truth as he stepped closer, the scent of his cologne mixing with wet asphalt. "I can't do it," he whispered, voice breaking like thunder rolling in from the Hudson. "Tomorrow's a lie. Alex. Marrying her. It's what everyone expects. My family, the firm, the whole world that still whispers behind closed doors about guys like us. But you're the truth I've been running from." My breath caught, a sob disguised as a laugh escaping me. How many nights had I lain awake, replaying our almost moments? The time we crashed on his couch after a bar crawl, his arms slung over my waist in sleep, gone by morning like it never happened. Or last summer in the Hamptons, when we'd swum naked under the stars, his laughter echoing as he splashed me, only for him to pull away when our eyes met too long. I told myself it was friendship, the kind that anchored you in a city of transients. But deep down, I knew. God, I knew. And now, with his wedding tux hanging in his closet like a noose, he was handing me the knife. "Jordan," I said, my voice raw, fingers trembling as I cupped his face, thumbs brushing rain from his cheeks. "You think I don't feel it? Every time you smile at me, like I'm the only one in the room. It gets me. But Emily, she loves you. She's real, not some shadow of what we could be." He shook his head, gripping my wrists like I'd vanish if he let go. "She deserves better than a half-life. And I deserve you." The kiss came fierce, desperate, tasting of salt and regret, his lips crashing into mine under the relentless sky. It wasn't gentle, it was a dam breaking, years of unspoken hunger flooding out. His hands fisted in my wet shirt, pulling me flush against him. And for that endless minute, the world narrowed to the heat of his body, the stutter of his breath against my neck. But as we broke apart, gasping, reality clawed back in. Sirens wailed below, a reminder of the life waiting downstairs, his fiancée asleep in their bed, oblivious, his parents' voices echoing approval from Connecticut, the partners at his firm who'd pat his back tomorrow like he'd conquered some milestone. I pull back, heart fracturing. What now? You walk away from everything. His eyes search mine, stormy with resolve. I don't know. But I can't walk down that aisle without you knowing. Without us knowing, we stumbled inside his apartment, the door clicking shut like a verdict. The place was a testament to his double life. Sleek leather couches from weekend flea markets with Emily, law books stacked beside my dog-eared sketch pads from nights we'd just hang out. He poured whiskey neat, hands shaking as he handed me a glass. And we sank onto the floor, backs against the cold window, the city lights blurring through the rain-streaked glass. "Tell me everything," I urged, though part of me dreaded it. From the beginning, he took a swig, Adam's apple bobbing, and set the glass down with a clink that echoed too loud. That party, remember? You were wearing that ridiculous Hawaiian shirt, spilling beer everywhere, laughing like the world couldn't touch you. I watched you across the room, and it hit me. Not just attraction. Like, you saw me, Alex. The real me, not the golden boy prepping for Harvard Law. I nodded, memories flooding back. I've been out and proud since high school in Seattle. But Jordan? He'd grown up in a suburb where different meant attention, not pride parades. His coming out had been a whisper to me alone, over greasy diner fries at 2 a.m., followed by, but don't tell anyone. I'd respected it. Swallow my own fire. Because losing him wasn't an option. And Emily, I asked softly, the name of Thorne. He winced. She was easy, kind, ambitious, matches the checklist. We met at a gala, and it felt right on paper. But every time I touched her, I pictured you. Our runs in Central Park. The way you critique my ties like they were art critiques. God, Alex, I've dated women since college to prove something to myself, to them. But it's always been you pulling me back. Tears pricked my eyes, hot and unbidden. I waited. Pathetic, right? Watching you build this life, cheering from the sidelines. I even dated that guy from the agency, Mark, but it fizzled because no one measures up to you. He reached for my hand, lacing our fingers, the touch electric even now. Not pathetic. Brave. You're the one who lives true. Me? I'm the coward who spent years in denial, climbing ladders while my heart bled out, the whiskey burned going down, loosening tongues and walls. We talked for hours, voices weaving through the night, his fears of disownment. The firm's subtle homophobia masked as team building at straight bars. The ache of holidays where I'd tag along as the fun friend, stealing glances while he carved turkey for his folks. I share my own scars, the ex who ghosted after I got too serious, the freelance gigs that paid in ramen but freedom. The quiet terror that love like ours was a luxury New York couldn't afford. As dawn crept in, gray light filtering through the blinds, panic edged his voice. The rehearsal dinner's at noon. Emily's expecting me to smile through toasts about forever. He buried his face in his hands, shoulders shaking. What if I ruin it all? For her. For us. I pulled him close, his head on my chest, my chin resting on his damp hair. You won't ruin it. You'll save it for you. Call her. Tell her the truth. She might hate you, but she'll heal. And us. We'll figure the rest. He lifted his head, eyes red-rimmed but fierce. Us? You mean that? Always meant that, I murmured, kissing his forehead, then his temple, soft and sure. But it has to be your choice. Jordan. No half measures. The clock ticked mercilessly, each second a countdown to chaos. He stood, pacing to the window, phone in hand like a grenade. I watched, breath held, as he dialed, the ringtone slicing the air. Emily's voice, sleepy and warm, answered, and his words tumbled out, halting at first, then steady. Ing. I can't. I'm sorry. It's not you. It's me. I've been lying to you, to everyone. I'm gay. And there's someone. God, I'm so sorry. Her response was a gasp, then silence that stretched eternal. When he hung up, tears streaming, he turned to me, broken but free. She said she suspected. Hates me now, but understands? We'll talk later. With lawyers or something. A bitter laugh escaped him. Irony of ironies. Relief crashed over me, mingled with sorrow for the wreckage. I crossed the room, wrapping him in my arms, our bodies aligning like puzzle pieces long separated. You're enough, I whispered. Just you. We made love then, slow and reverent, on the rumpled sheets of his bed, the one he'd shared with her, now ours in this fragile dawn. His touches were apologies and promises, mapping my skin like uncharted territory. Every sigh, every gasp, peeled back layers of pretense, leaving us bare and beautiful. Afterward, tangled in limbs and quiet, he traced patterns on my chest. What now? Alex? The world gonna explode. We face it, I said, voice steady despite the storm in my gut. Together. Call your folks. The firm. Hell, post it on Instagram if you want. But we don't hide anymore. He smiled, tentative but real. The first light breaking through clouds. Deal. But first, coffee, and maybe burn that tux. Laughter bubbled up, easing the knot in my chest. As we dressed, him in sweats, me in yesterday's shirt, the city stirred below, indifferent to our revolution. But in that kitchen, over steaming mugs, with his knee brushing mine under the table, I felt the shift. Love wasn't a secret anymore. It was a spark, ready to ignite. Yet freedom came with fangs. By afternoon, texts lit up his phone, Emily's friends calling him a traitor. His mother's voicemails laced with disbelief. What will people say? The firm's partner emailed a curt, "We need to discuss your future." Jordan's face paled with each ping, but he silenced it, turning to me. They're scared. Like I was. I nodded, squeezing his hand. And we'll show them there's nothing to fear. We walked out into the crisp fall air, hand in hand down Bleecker Street, past brunchers who barely glanced. A few stares followed, curious. Not cruel, but Jordan's grip tightened, defiant. At my studio, a loft crammed with canvases and deadlines, he collapsed on the futon, exhaustion etching lines around his eyes. I feel like I just ran a marathon. In heels. Welcome to the club, I teased, brewing tea from the hot plate. But as evening fell, doubt crept in. He stared at his phone, thumb hovering. What if I lose everything? The job, the apartment. Then we rebuild, I said, sitting beside him, our thighs pressing warm. I've got space here. And gigs are picking up. That ad campaign for the Queer Youth Center, it's mine if I want it. His eyes softened, gratitude blooming. You do that? For me. For us. The kiss was softer this time, laced with hope rather than haste. We ordered Thai from the spot down the block, eating cross-legged on the floor amid sketches of half-formed dreams. He flipped through my portfolio, praising a piece I'd done of two men dancing in shadow. This is us. Isn't it? Always was, I admitted, cheeks warming. Night deepened, and with it, confessions turned to plans. He texted Emily an apology, offering to cover therapy, to handle the lease fallout. She replied coolly, "Take care of yourself first." His parents? Radio silence for now, but he left a voicemail. Voice cracking, "Dad? Mom, I'm happy." Finally. Meet him soon. Sleep came fitful. His body curled into mine, breath sinking like a lullaby. Morning brought sun, slicing through blinds, and a knock at the door. His sister, Mia, bag slung over shoulder, eyes wide. Heard from him. You idiot, she said, hugging him fierce. But, congrats? This Alex. I extended a hand, awkward but smiling. The one and only. She sized me up, then grinned. He talks about you nonstop. Treat him right, or I'll sue. Laughter broke the tension. And over bagels, she mediated, promising to soften their parents, to scout job leads at progressive firms. By noon, Jordan's phone buzzed with a callback from Mom. We're processing. But we love you. Always. Tears flowed then, cathartic, as he clutched my hand under the table. The week blurred into a whirlwind. He crashed the wedding venue cancellation, enduring the coordinator's frosty efficiency. Then faced the firm, senior partner summoning him to a glass-walled office overlooking Midtown. I waited in the lobby, sketching nervously, heart in throat. 2 hours later, he emerged. "I ask you," but smiling. They regret to inform me my services are no longer aligned. Severance package, though. And a reference, if I keep quiet. Bastards, I growled, pulling him into a fierce hug amid suited stares. Nah, he said, chin on my shoulder. Their loss. I've got interviews lined up, pro bono clinics. Actual justice stuff. Pride swelled. Hot and fierce. That night, we celebrated at our dive bar. The one with the rainbow flag drooping in the window. Shots of tequila. Bad karaoke. Him belting I Will Survive off key. Me joining for the chorus. Strangers cheered. A burly bear type clapping Jordan's back. About time. Handsome. For the first time. He didn't flinch. Just leaned into me, whispering, "This is home." But trials lingered. Holiday season loomed. A gauntlet of family dinners and office parties turned minefields. His parents invited us to Connecticut for Thanksgiving, tentative, laced with "Let's talk." The drive upstate was tense. Radio humming indie folk to fill silences. His hand on my knee a steady anchor. The house was colonial charm. Turkey aromas wafting. But eyes darted as we entered. Arms linked. His dad, grizzled ex-cop, clapped Jordan's shoulder stiffly. Then mine hurt a lot. "Welcome." Mom fussed with yams. Voice tight. "We're trying." "Son." "For you." Dinner was a minefield. Awkward pauses after toasts. Dad's gruff loves love. I guess over pie. Mia rolled her eyes, steering to safer topics, my designs. Jordan's job hunt. By firelight later, as snow dusted the lawn, his mom pulled me aside. He glows now. Thank you. Relief choked me. He's always glowed. Just needed light. Back in the city. Winter bit harder. Freelance dried up with holidays. Jordan's savings dwindling. We pooled for rent. Me subletting my studio corner for pop-up exhibits. Him tutoring law students online. Nights were our sanctuary, cooking pasta in my tiny kitchen. Him in an apron over boxers. Me stealing kisses between stirs. Marry me, he'd joke, waving a wooden spoon. Skip the tux this time. One blustery January Eve. Inspiration struck. I pitched him a wild idea. Document our story. Anonymize sketches and words. For a zine on queer resilience. Not for pity, I explained. Charcoal smudging my fingers. For the ones still hiding. He lit up, blue eyes fierce. Do it. I'll write the legal bits. How denial destroys. Truth liberates. We burned midnight oil. Him typing on his laptop amid takeout boxes. Me inking panels of us. The rain kiss. The family hearth. Stolen moments in subways. By Valentine's. It was bound, crude but raw, distributed at a Brooklyn queer-lit night. Readers lingered. Sharing nods. This is me. Was me. A scout from a small press spotted it. Offering a deal for an expanded graphic novel. Real stories sell, she said over coffee. Jordan hooped, spinning me in the cafe till we collapsed giggling. Spring thawed the city, mirroring us. He landed a gig at a nonprofit defending LGBTQ rights, ironic justice. He called it, his suits now paired with pride pins. We adopted a scruffy rescue mutt, Buster, who claimed the futon as throne. Dates bloomed, picnics in Washington Square. His head on my lap as buskers strummed, rooftop stargazing, fingers intertwined, dreaming aloud. Yet echoes lingered. Emily's wedding photos surfaced online, her radiant in white. Arm linked with a colleague. Caption, second chances. Jordan's throat tightened viewing them. But he closed the tab, turning to me. Grateful. She freed me to find this. Summer heat waves pressed, but so did commitment. On our anniversary, that rainy night, we hiked the Palisades, overlooking the Hudson's glitter. At the summit, wind whipping, he dropped to one knee, ring glinting, simple silver band. Engraved truth. Alex, be my forever? No running this time. Tears blurred the view as I yanked him up, kissing him breathless. Yes. God. Yes. The proposal rippled, parents beaming via Zoom. Mia planning a real party. We eloped in City Hall. Buster in a bow tie. Witnesses from a zine launch. Vows exchanged, in rain or shine. Truth or trial. I choose you. Years folded forward. The book hit shelves. A quiet bestseller in indie circles. Sparking talks on panels where Jordan advocated. Voice steady. Hiding kills slower than hate. I freelance full-time. Our loft expanding to a brownstone in Harlem. Walls alive with art. Ours and others. One crisp October eve. 5 years to the night. We stood on that same rooftop. Rain pattering soft. Buster snored below. City humming eternal. Worth the wait, he murmured. Arms around my waist. Every storm, I replied, turning to kiss him under the lights. Love wasn't flawless. Arguments over dishes. Worries over bills. But it was ours. Unapologetic. A testament to that truth. Once spoken. Rewrites in